Hello, and welcome to the Northwest Dive Equipment Group, or NDEG. NDEG is an informal group whose members have a common interest in the history and present-day use of heavy or hard-hat diving gear. While some are collectors, what all value most is the experience of their time spent underwater using this gear. Members live in the Puget Sound area of Washington, but involvement is frequent in joint activities with similar groups and individuals across the border in British Columbia. The most popular of the group's activities are rallies or group outings that provide the appropriate settings and the people needed to make the use of their heavy gear possible, interesting, and safe. The gear used includes the members' own equipment, both that of genuine historical significance, as well as what they may have made or modified themselves. Welding, metalworking, and machining are well-represented skills among the participants. For example, these before and after photos show the modification of this new Chinese helmet into one offering more visibility, like ones that were more popular with California's commercial abalone divers. Trying to explain their fascination with a technology hundreds of years old, weighted down with 150 pounds of gear in cold, murky, and sometimes dangerous depths is often not easy. Artist Heinrich Clay in the early 1900s suggested that male fantasy had something to do with it. And, with a few exceptions, it is a man's game. Fantasy or not, women are good about going along with it though, and are often willing to suit up for a photo opportunity, or sometimes even go for a dive. Who then are these people who participate in NDEG's activities? Tim King is a registered nurse and is certified as a dive master. He has been diving since 1966 and owned his own dive shop in the Seattle area. He is a former Navy diver where he was introduced to using its standard Mark V helmet. Guy Score was trained to be a commercial diver in the Seattle area at the Divers Institute of Technology. He has been employed in the diving industry in construction and salvage projects. He has his own machine and welding shop and has fabricated and restored diving equipment like this classic Russian 3-bolt helmet. Two of Tim King's sons, Steve and Aaron, are the youthful members of the group. Steve has been certified as a diver since he was 14. He also is a graduate of the DIT, a certified dive instructor, and has extensive underwater work experience. Aaron often serves as the designated safety diver for the group and has been diving since he was 17. Aaron also has extensive underwater work experience and is a certified scuba equipment repair technician. Oscar Catolico was trained at Oakland School of Diving and has spent much of his entire career in underwater heavy construction. He supervised underwater welding in the recent reconstruction of the San Francisco-Oakland Bay Bridge. Paul Anyastaby here, following his formal training, similarly pursued a full career in commercial diving and submersible operation in large power and offshore drilling projects, including those off the California and Gulf Coast, as well as the North Sea. Dennis Johnson, by contrast, spent his career as a veterinarian in biomedical research and international health. However, he has been diving since he was a boy, growing up along the Los Angeles County coastline. He received hard hat training and a short course at Santa Barbara City College from a faculty that included such well-known figures in the industry as Bob Christensen and Bob Kirby. Joe Winkler is a retired environmentalist who spent his career as an officer in the Public Health and Indian Health Services in Alaska and later in the state of New Mexico. He is a lifelong historical diving enthusiast and learned his diving skills before the days of certification. Two Canadians have regularly participated in NDEG's activities. Tom Bell was a fireman in West Vancouver for 30 years. Initially trained both in scuba and heavy gear diving, he has been both a full-time and off-duty commercial and recreational diver for more than 45 years at many different locations in the world. Mike Bentley also comes from the Vancouver area. He has a lifetime interest in diving and diving history. He was a ship's diver in the Royal Navy and then joined the Royal Fleet Auxiliary in the engineering department. He was fortunate on one occasion to be in the escort for the Royal Yacht Britannia around the South Pacific. He restores vintage diving equipment and has scuba dived around the world. Periodic rallies bring us together. A good question is, what do we do at them? First, there's a lot of heavy lifting and carrying, starting with the big compressor, several hundred feet of hose, helmets, suits, weight belts, boots, and a lot more. A suitable place is essential. We have often used the new pier and landing float at Port Townsend's Northwest Maritime Center, which often comes with interested spectators. Here, guys score suits up for the first dive. The pilings in the 40-foot water are rich with plumose anemones and local rockfish. Mike Bentley now takes a turn using his vintage C.B. Gorman helmet. Never passing up a good opportunity, Steve King suits up to use his dad's classic Mark V hat off the end of the pier, which offers the promise of depths of more than 80 feet. Oscar Catolico now dresses in to use the Yokohama hat that he used for much of his commercial diving career. Note the blue working chaps, a hallmark fashion statement of the professional diver. Necessary preparations to provide sufficient slack by Guy, who is doing the tending. Oscar does a faultless 15-foot jump entry into the water below. He modestly described it later as routine and without risk. Mostly. A nice lingcod passes by to check out the action. Finally, Dennis Johnson goes in using his semi-modified Chinese hat. It's all much easier when you finally get under the water. Coming back to the world above. As the rally comes to a close, we're all thinking about things we'll do to make the next one special. In retrospect, it did turn out to be very special. A 2012 charter on skipper and diver Eric Parker's 37-foot environmental research and survey working vessel, the Elizabeth Dow. An excellent and very mobile hard hat diving platform, we dove from it in rich passage off Bainbridge Island on the remains of World War II anti-submarine defenses.
Have us. Oh, Dennis? No, it's the back. Jack.